I'm so sorry I wasn't able to provide updates, but here we go. Euro USD 4-hour chart. We've been going up and away since March started. We broke out from around this area, 832 last Monday. We back tested it on Thursday, gave it one more test on Friday, and we've been going up ever since. I'm going to break down some of the some of the setups I had for today, Tuesday, how I played them, as well as what's going on in general with Euro USD. We are definitely extended, but we've been getting some pullbacks to cool off the RSI. But in general, I would say it's a very bullish. Keep on entering longs as long as the setup presents. Be patient, but definitely if you have a setup, wait for it because it's usually working. I'm gonna go down from 4 hours to 45 minutes now. Gonna little back up here, make sure we can properly see everything I'm seeing. Actually, I want to go to 2 hours real quick and just show first of all. Hold on. Okay, so in the beginning of March 7th, we flagged for a little bit, and then we finally broke out of that on Tuesday the 11th. Then we started flagging as well from March 11th through March 17th. We back tested the original bull flag right here, as you can see, to the T, was never touched. And then we back tested this bull flag from last week as well on Friday, and we've been up and away ever since. This blue line is a level that I derive from more longer term levels from like years ago. So think 24, 23, even 22. They've been magnets and they usually present a lot of consolidation around them. As you can see, we tagged it here on Friday. We broke through, back tested it, set a high, came back, bounced off of it for 29 points, had a fake breakdown, aka a failed breakdown, where we got another long for almost 40 points. Finally, it tried to break down, and it did on the 13th of March. We sold back down, tested out the breakout area from 2 weeks ago, and then ever since we've been trailing up pretty much. Again, in this bull flag from this past week, we broke out of it on March 17th, Monday, back tested it in the morning of March 17th, and since then we've just been going up. Today, as I get down to a smaller time frame now, 45 minutes, as y'all know, if you've watched my other videos, I usually do my charting between 4 to 6 p.m. So I did this around 4:30 yesterday, 4:35, and right around then I was noticing potentially a bull flag. I saw a couple lows that could have been touched here. I saw this peek through, so I drew this bull flag and anticipated it to be useful potentially. I usually have exact level directions on how to approach. I deleted those today because I already used up the levels, but this level right here, I was looking for price to potentially give a failed breakdown, and what I like to call a dip in recovery as well, where we go below the level and eventually we push through the level. Ideally, if there's a low that was already there, we like to use that as a reference to enter. So whatever the low is, you want to enter a couple points above it. In this case, 911.7, so maybe around 915. So you'd be entering somewhere around this area. I'm going to put a little trigger right there so you can just see what I'm looking at here. Now in this case, we also got kind of a mini failed breakdown, but it's not much of a low. It's only about, let's see, 906 to about 6 points, maybe 7, really the smallest amount I'd be looking for a potential breakdown. So if you did want to use this low, it was potential. However, the ideal setup was to wait for this low as well as this level to push through, and that's what we got around 2:45. I was sleeping clearly, but that would have been the setup that I was looking for at 5-6 o'clock in the morning when I usually wake up. That ran from 9:15ish all the way up to 9:54, almost 40 points. If I had entered that, I would have probably taken most of my profits right here around 923 or maybe up here at 928 to get about 7 to 13 points. Minimum 7 points is my goal for any trade, uh, unless it's the major level is right above and I've already made a good trade and I'm just trying to get my points and get out. This trade worked out awesome, but not for us because I'm usually sleeping until 5-6 o'clock in the morning. So when I woke up, I saw we were almost at the target up here. I had nothing to do but just wait for a pullback, or wait for some consolidation below level and a push through. We didn't get that at all, so I just waited. Gonna go down to a 15-minute chart right now. So I want to show you what I saw. So as you can see, we actually back tested this bull flag right here at 745. That could have been a long if you wanted to take it. We have to be very quick with profit taking. That ran from 914 up to 923 for a 10-point bounce. I did not take this. I was hoping for either a failed breakdown of this overnight low around 230, 215, or potentially all the way back to the blue channel and a failed breakdown of this low from yesterday morning. What I did end up getting was we back tested the breakout point. This is where we broke out from Monday at around 9:30. We got a back test, a dip in recovery of that area. Price went below, came up, and it closed right here. So on a 5-minute chart, which I sometimes use for entry, I went long right here, ended up hitting the target around 8:45. I closed my deal around 9:07 for 8 points. I kept a runner, closed a little more up at 9:12, and then I just held on to a 10% runner of my original position. Afterwards, price decided to flip-flop around and around. It pushed up all the way here, came back down and back tested that bull flag one more time exact. When I saw that, I called that confluence. It was almost like a second failed breakdown. They try to get you, but you stayed in the trade because you don't stop loss until you lose your lowest low. When we pushed through here and closed right above, I decided to add 15% back to my runner to increase my position a little bit because I like the way that we defended this big level. Afterwards, 11:30, we got a big boost. I took some profits around this 928 level, and currently I'm holding a runner. That was it for today. Right now, if I had to tell you what's going on, looks like we're basing below this level right here. So this 959, 956 area will be pretty important when I set out the new levels for tomorrow. I would even call this a flag or a triangle. As you can see, we're pretty much looks like it's getting ready to take off. We're entering that time of the day where the spread is really high. Not a great time to enter a trade, but if you already have some position, very nice to see your profits go up without having to do any work. I'll be back soon with some setups and to see what we can do for tonight, for Tuesday 18th, as well as Wednesday morning the 19th.